And it tastes a little bit healthier because they put vegetables on top. But it's probably not.
Finally, dude.
Hey! I know, right?
How you doing?
Forever.
How's everything?
Great.
Good? We finally met up.
We finally, years. We've known each other for probably 8 years.
8 years.
A long time, man.
So this is David Hoffman of Davidsbeenhere. I'm here in Mexico City with Mike Corey, marine biologist, breakdancing, travel blogger, filmmaker, and we're going on a street food tour. We're also gonna skate attractions. Dude, what are we doing today?
So one awesome thing about Mexico City, so street food here in the city is like the best in the world. You wouldn't think that you know, well, people think they know Mexican food. They know nachos, they know burritos. That's not even Mexican, that's Tex-Mex. So today we're gonna go to a tianguis, which is a moving market here in Mexico City, and we're gonna show you exactly what real Mexican street food's like. It's not burritos, it's not nachos.
Moving market.
Which is in Nahuatl. So the Aztecs didn't speak Aztec, they spoke Nahuatl. Takes a few tries to say that right. But so it's a Nahuatl word for, I think it's for market or moving market. And so here we go.
So we got vegetables, we have clothing, lots of fruits.
There's some pretty Mexican vegetables here too.
Yeah?
We'll have to point a few out.
Cool. That's very Mexican?
Yeah.
Good morning, please.
Gracias.
Buenísimo, gracias.
This is not. This is Canada.
No, I know.
¿Dónde nos visitáis?
Yo, Canadá.
¿A Canadá?
Sí,
¿Y tú?
Miami.
Miami. Me gusta.
Ah, see? This is mamey.
Y es live.
Amazing.
It's like creamy. They use it a lot for ice creams, for smoothies. I've put it in like oatmeal before. It's more like a cakey consistency. Gracias, amigo.
Oh man, this is amazing, amazing.
All right, man. So I would say this is taco ingredients for most people. On the left, the gelatin-looking stuff is actually foot. We have hearts. We have liver. We have tripe, which is the lining of a cow's stomach. Not generally stuff that most people would eat, but in Mexico, this is all taco ingredients. So this is the kind of food that we're looking at here today.
Yeah.
Let's take a little look first. With sausage.
Hola.
Son salchicha, papas,
Papas con chorizo, pollo,
pollo.
codillo, carne.
Let's just make it when she dips it in
Enchilado.
tomato sauce first.
Okay,
Aquí. Rico y sabor.
Rich and tasty, she's saying. She's a good saleswoman.
we got 3 things we're gonna try here, right? So what are these 3?
Right, so these are 3 of my favorite street foods here in Mexico. They're pambazos, which you can see cooking here. These pieces of bread with tomato sauce on the outside. There's tlacoyos, which are the blue corn filled, llenos de queso, llenos de frijoles.
Frijoles y haba.
¿Qué?
Haba.
Haba.
Rica.
It's like not kidney bean, like the big, thick sized beans that are yellow. One with black beans, one with cheese. Gorditas es con carne,
Con chicharrón.
con chicharrón, so like pig fat inside of that.
Se parece una
Oh,
pupusa.
there we go. One of my favorites that you might not have heard before are called pambazos. And these are the sandwich ones, and they're filled with sausage, chorizo, cream, lettuce. It's delicious, so maybe we should try one.
Okay, let's do it.
Agua de Jamaica.
Agua de Jamaica. Jamaica. ¿Lo puedo probar? Solo un poquito. Bueno, me diste uno entero. Bueno, vale. Oh man, this is delicious. All right, so we have the bomb right here.
Pambazo.
So pan. So pambazo looks amazing. It's
A lot of Mexican food you expect there's tortillas involved, right? This is not anything like that. So there is a piece of bread, like a torta bread with lettuce, cream, cheese, sausage, potatoes, covered in red salsa, and they fry it up. This is the kind of food that makes you smile really, really big as your stomach just goes
expands
for the rest of your life. Mexican street food is incredibly delicious, but it's not incredibly healthy.
No, at all.
I haven't had one of these in like a year, by the way.
No?
Yeah. I'm excited right now.
Yeah, I'm super excited. This is one of the things I haven't tried yet.
There's a good one too. So one of the interesting things about this is like the outside's crispy. There's the sauce and the cheese and stuff is more like liquid, and the potatoes are more like al dente pasta. So it's like 3 distinct textures all mixing together. And it's a little bit spicy. A little bit.
Not too bad. I think if you're a Westerner, you can handle this thing. You have to put a little more, dude. It's not spicy enough for me.
Look at this, look at this. Hey, but I got water. Don't come here. ¿Qué tal? This one right here reminds me of pupusa. It's called a gordita.
Gordita.
And you know what gordo means?
Yeah.
So like
fatty.
A little fatty is what it's called. La gordita.
La gordita.
De chicharrón, right? So it's like fried pig meat with a fried tortilla with nopales, which are like really slimy cactus, like prickly pear leaves.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Cactus leaves. They're so good though.
This masa is like perfect. It's not like too fried. It's still like, you know, flexible in a way.
And the chicharron just tastes like bacon. It tastes super good.
Yeah. Not good for you, but yeah. Always green.
Yeah, but it's not very spicy. This is quite a famous thing that Mexicans would come to eat, would be gorditas. I traveled last weekend to Estado de Mexico, so we're in Mexico City, around Mexico City. There's the state of Mexico. I was hanging with a Mexican guy and he was like eating gorditas all the time. And he was skinny, man. I don't know how you can eat these all day and still be a skinny guy.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That was so good. On the bottom it has cheese, so it's filled with cheese, and then they put the cheese, I guess the green like vegetable, and then some red sauce.
The red sauce, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's the best one. Oh wow. That's
Not as fried as the gordita,
yeah.
but the cheese is like really, really nice. It's a little queson is what they call it.
Queson, it's like a white cheese, white soft cheese.
And it tastes a little bit healthier because they put vegetables on top. But it's probably not. That was delicious. Here we have a big chunk of boiled sheep, which might not sound delicious, but I promise you it is. It's called Barbacoa, and it's like the iconic hangover food. Today's Tuesday, we're not hungover, but we can still have it. And I think it's one of the best tacos in Mexico City, one of the best kinds of tacos.
I'm a little hungover from the pulque, but...
So in front of me we have el consomé de barbacoa. This is the juice that they boil the sheep in, and inside there's chickpeas and some rice. And so they use that juice, you drink the juice, and you eat the boiled sheep tacos, and it is absolutely delicious.
Okay, one of my favorite things in the world is lamb. Lamb and goat are my two favorites. Okay, so this will help you get rid of a hangover. Oh my god.
It's nice, right?
Oh, it's amazing. Lamb meat is so tender.
The old sheep that there's no other good use for, and they're like, all right, dude, you're turning into tacos. I think that's what happens.
Hey, it's still good.
Mexicans, I don't know if you've used this or not, but delicious. This is the maguey, and the maguey is used for a lot of things. You've had pulque already?
Yes.
So pulque comes from the agua miel, like the sap of the maguey. These guys cut off all of the leaves, they dig a hole in the middle, and they harvest the sap, and they ferment the sap. Also, there's a worm called gusano de maguey, and it lives, I think, in the root itself, and you eat the worms as well. And also you carve the name of your cariños. So if I like Lupita, I put Yo amo Lupita in the thing, and it stays there forever.
We're entering Chapultepec Forest. These are the lungs of Mexico City. So this is basically the central park of Mexico City, one of the largest parks in the Western Hemisphere. So why is it called Chapultepec?
I think it comes from the name, like the crickets here they eat. A lot of people eat grasshoppers, and they're called chapulines. And I'm pretty sure the park is named after the edible cricket. It is huge. It's 3 sections. It is in the middle of Mexico City, and it is incredibly massive. Like David was saying, one of the biggest parks in the Western Hemisphere.
And we're going here on a mission to try some Mexican sweets. This is one of the best places to try Mexican sweets. I don't even know what that is. I've never tried a Mexican sweet. So let's do it. Let's find some sweets.
Here's what Mexicans love to eat. Chili, salt, and spice. So on the food, on the candy, and the drinks, all the same, man. I guarantee we'll find some delicious Mexican candy, but I guarantee the flavors are always going to be sweet, salty, and spicy.
They always are. So we're getting at Dorilocos. It's basically a really weird thing where they mix Doritos and make it crazy. Dorilocos, Dorito crazies. Dorilocos. Okay. Crazy Doritos mixed with pork, like fat string pork fat.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
And then we have some cucumber, We have some like red sauce.
Chamoy, tajin, Miguelito, and Valentina.
And that's fat.
That's my favorite part.
Just gotta dive in. Okay, there we go. You wanna get one a little bit?
No.
No, you're good? He just had some for his video.
Yeah. You know what? That's enough of that. I didn't get any Doritos.
Yeah, I don't recommend this. Who made that up, man?
I don't know.
It's disgusting.
Have you had horse meat before?
Horse meat, yeah, I've had burgers in Slovenia, but I haven't had it like this with all these peppers on top.
But not dried on the street.
Not horse meat with all these different sauces, and that's called Valentina? Is that what it's called?
Valentina.
Valentina sauce?
Very famous here.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like dive in here and take a bite. Why am I doing this, bro? What are you doing to me?
I've never had it either. These are things that I wanted to try. Oh, it doesn't look that chewy.
Not bad. Nice spices. It's a very thick meat. Very thick meat. My stomach's starting to growl. So Mike's gonna taste the horse now.
I only had horse meat before. I was thinking it was gonna be dried, like a jerky, but it's not. It's actually quite wet. It looks like a very well-cooked steak. Not sweet either. It tastes like a very well-done steak. Not bad though. 6 out of 10, man.
So in the next part of our tour, we're gonna visit some of the must-sees here in Mexico City. We're gonna start with the Angel of Independence.
Ángel de Independencia. So there's a road that's called Reforma, a big highway, that is a series of traffic circles. And inside of each of those traffic circles, there is a statue or a symbol. And it kind of tells the story of Mexico. So this particular one is the most famous. It is a giant angel on a pedestal, and it's probably one of the biggest tourist attractions here in the city. Like, there's usually a lot of art exhibitions along here. It's just, I would argue, one of the most famous roads in Mexico City.
So it's called La Reforma, and it reminds me of La Castellana in Madrid.
Okay.
I mean, almost the same thing. You know, taxi lane over here, the middle is like regular traffic. Same thing, you have 2 huge pedestrian sidewalks in the middle. I mean, it's like the lungs of the city right here as well. Lots of trees, it's beautiful. I love these buildings. Really nice architecture here. Oh, I mean, these are just offices, right?
Yeah, mostly at hotels.
Okay.
This is like the not like the top end of the city, but like pretty close. Like Santa Fe and Polanco are like the rich areas. This is a rich area too, but not the top.
This is more like financial district?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So traffic goes both ways in this circle. The only way to get in is to just run. This monument is huge. As you can see, this is right in the middle of the city. It's in the middle of an avenue. As you can see all the cars going around. Right there's the monument, Angel of Independence. Dude, this place is sick. I love this place, yeah.
The Angel was built about 100 years ago in 1910, 1912, and it was to honor the 100th anniversary of the start of the War of Independence for Mexico independence, so independence from Spain. Inside, it's actually a mausoleum. There's bodies of some of the heroes inside of the Angel itself. It fell down in a powerful earthquake in the 50s. They rebuilt it, and now it's like one of the center points of the city.
So I had no idea there was a mausoleum inside.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and then you said it's by appointment only, right, for that?
To get inside, it's only Saturdays and Sundays for a few hours, but apparently there's like 14 stories with the stairs.
Okay.
You get to the top and you can get the view up there.
Oh,
I actually
wow.
have never really seen anybody do it. I just heard you could do it.
Well, now we're going to La Plaza Mayor. Is that what it's called?
La Zócalo. So Zócalo.
Zócalo. So that's like the downtown heart of the city. Let's get an Uber.
This is Parque Alameda, which is probably the most famous and beautiful park in Mexico City. There's some other nice parks too, but this one I would think sees the most people. It's like kind of in an area that's not particularly, like downtown center is a little bit sketchy sometimes. And so the areas around it aren't particularly the nicer areas, but this little alleyway, Reforma, the park, Bellas Artes, and all the way to the cities, the main square, really beautiful. Really colonial Mexico, and yeah, quite busy.
Yeah, it reminds me of El Retiro in Madrid, especially some of the monuments and the fountains. And I mean, it's not as big, but it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's very nice, yeah. And I love these purple flowers. What is this? What's happening?
Seattle, selling glasses. I don't know. If they all didn't talk at the same time, you might be able to understand it.
Yeah. Sounded like they were just like. We're walking on Francisco Madero Avenida, or Avenue of Francisco Madero. This is one of the main pedestrian streets that goes from the Torre de Latinoamérica all the way to the plaza,
The Zócalo.
the Zócalo. And basically what you can find here is, you know, convenience stores, optical stores,
10,000 people.
yeah, right, maybe more. A lot of beautiful buildings here. As you can see, right here we have like an old church. It's probably built during colonial times. And yeah, it's a very interesting place. I like it.
There's always stuff going on in the street, man. It doesn't matter what time of day. There's people selling things, there's street performers, there's music. It's crazy. This street's pretty wild.
The street's awesome. I love the floor, how they did it.
Yeah.
We're about to enter the Metropolitan Cathedral of the Assumption of the Most Blessed Virgin Mary into heaven. This is the largest and oldest cathedral in Latin America. The construction started in the year 1573 and took over 200 years to complete. It was completed in the year 1813. As you can see, it was built in Gothic style. Beautiful cathedral. I mean, if you've seen cathedrals in Spain, it's very similar. Let's go inside.
Welcome to the cathedral in the Zócalo, which is the main square of Mexico City. This is the seat of the Roman Catholic Church. It is the biggest church in Latin America, the biggest cathedral, and you used to be able to do some really awesome tours on the roof, and we just checked, and you can't, because after the earthquake a couple months ago, the bell towers are not sound. But I was up there before, and it was like Assassin's Creed type shit. It was super cool. It was the kind of roof where it's like, I shouldn't be up here, I fear for my life. And if you come back here in the future, check to see if you can do them. You have to ask inside. One thing I love about this city is it's a little bit loose around the edges. And I think once cultures get a little bit advanced and cities get a little bit too formal, then you lose a lot of like what makes a city unique. So here you can find the abuelas selling tamales in the corner. You can have some really strange festivals that are a little bit dangerous. You can see some cracks in some places that are really interesting and different. There's a lot of folklore, there's a lot of horror stories and ghost stories and a lot of just people believing in strange things. And so that's what I think sets this city apart. It's one of the biggest cities in the world, but it's still a little bit rough around the edges. It has a ton of personality. You can find some stuff you'll see nowhere else in the world. So we're arriving at the Templo Mayor, which is a set of ruins right beside the cathedral. And when the Spanish came to the Americas to conquer, they built a lot of their cathedrals on top of the religious buildings of the locals. So it could be the Aztecs, could be the Mayans, could be the Incas in Peru. So this set of ruins is the original ruins that the cathedral was built on top of, this little segment we can see. And so this canal system, you can still see it in the southwest of the city. There's an area called Xochimilco that still has, they're called chinampas, like the islands, and they were built in that way because a lot of them were rectangular because they were fields. And so still in the city you can go to the south and you can get pushed around like Venice style. And it's really colorful, trajinera they're called.
Dude,
yeah.
You should go do that.
Yeah, you can. You totally can.
So to end our day, we're here at a traditional, not really traditional, this is just a regular bar, and we're having traditional beer, but a different style because it's, how do they prepare it? What's the name of it?
It's a michelada cubana. So basically, like everything in Mexico, you add lemon juice, you add salt, and you add hot sauces, basically. So this is called a michelada cubana. There's salt on the rim, there's salsas inside, and we got beer in there too.
Cheers. It's almost like a margarita. Okay. They love their salsa here.
Yeah.